This lab is the PixVPN site-to-site lab. You will set your IP addresses as you have done in previous labs, setting the IP address of the internal PC1 and the internal PC2. You will also go to the Pix firewall and you will erase the current configuration so that you have a clean configuration, and then reload that and then start your Pix firewall configuration. Okay, after you've done a clean reboot, you will then proceed to configure your Pix firewall as you've done in the previous lab. You will need to set it up with all the commands you also used from the previous lab, using the commands name, if, interface, IP address, NAT, global, and route. Once you've set up all those commands, then you'll proceed to entering the new commands for this lab. Now that you've entered all the commands from the previous lab, you'll pick up in this lab with the new commands, which are access-list space 90 space permit space IP space 10.0.1.0 space subnet mask 255.255.255.0, followed by the IP address 10.0.2.0, subnet mask 255.255.255.0. You will then do NAT inside 0 space access-list space 90. Followed by the command sysopt space connection space permit -IPsec. Hit return. Follow that with isakmp space enable space outside and hit return. Type isakmp space policy space 10 authentication space pre-share and hit return. You will then type iskmp space identity space address and then hit return and hit return, and now type isakmp space key space Cisco 1234 space address space 192.168.2.2, and then type the command crypto space IPsec space transform -set space pix1 space ESP-DES and hit return. Type crypto space map 2 pix2 space 10 space IPsec -ISAKMP and hit return. Then you'll type crypto space map 2 pix2 space 10 space match space address space 90. And then you'll type return. And then you'll type crypto space map 2 pix2 space 10 space set space peer space 192.168.2.2 and you'll hit return. And then type crypto space map 2 pix2 space 10 space set space transform -set space pix1 and you'll hit return. And then you'll type crypto space map 2 pix2 space interface space outside and hit return. Now you will go and configure PIX2. Now you enter all the commands from the previous lab also on this PIX, and then you'll follow it by entering the new commands in this lab. Now that you've entered the commands from the previous lab, you will now enter on PIX2 the new commands for this lab. Access-list space 90 space permit space IP space 10.0.2.0 subnet mask 255.255.255.0, then 10.0.1.0 with the subnet mask of 255.255.255.0. Hit return. You'll do NAT inside 0 space access dash list space 90 and hit return. Then type SYSOPT space connection space permit dash IPsec. Hit return. Then you type ISAKMP space enable space outside and hit return. Then type ISAKMP space policy space 10 space authentication space pre dash share and hit return. Now you'll type ISAKMP space identity space address and hit return. Now type ISAKMP space key space Cisco 1234 space address space 192.168.1.2 and hit return. Now type crypto space IPsec space transform dash set space PIX2 space ESP dash DES and hit return. Now type crypto space map 2 PIX1 space 10 space IPsec dash ISAKMP and hit return. Now type crypto space map 2 PIX1 space 10 space match space address space 90 and hit return. Then type crypto space map 2 PIX1 space 10 space set space peer space 192.168.1.2 and hit return. Then type crypto space map 2 PIX1 space 10 space set space transform dash set space PIX2 and hit return. Now type crypto space map 2 PIX1 space interface space outside and hit return. After you've done this, we will attempt to ping PC2 from PC1 using a continuous ping as shown in the lab. So go to start, command prompt, and then you'll ping space T space 10.0.2.10. The first pings may fail, and then everything should be good after that. Okay, just close that out. Enter the command on PIX1, show crypto space IPsec space SA, and look for the number of packets in caps. You will take a screenshot of PC1 pinging PC2 and a corresponding screenshot of number of packets in caps. Now type the command show crypto IPsec space SA and look for the number of packets encapsulated. As you can see here, the number of packets encapsulated. And you'll take a screenshot showing the number of packets encapsulated as shown in the lab. And this concludes the PIX VPN site-to-site lab.